obviously, I'm not in the medical field. I only have personal experience to go off of. And my personal experience and my wife's personal experience is that of people that have dealt, my wife a lot closer than I did, with diabetes and congestive heart failure. We've dealt enough with congestive heart failure with my father alone to be able to look at something and go, that's a sign of congestive heart failure, and it almost never fails that it is. The gentleman I'm about ready to show you is in the medical field, and he's telling you the same thing from a professional standpoint. What you're seeing happening with Trump is indicative of congestive heart failure. Does that mean he's going to die tomorrow? Of course not. It doesn't. It can be treated for a prolonged period of time. His advanced age and his advanced weight means that it's going to be a little bit harder for him to control. And the diet that he consumes, it's going to be harder for him to control. I'm not ripping him for that. I'm fat, old, and don't have a good diet either. The point being is there is something going on with him medically that they aren't disclosing. So if and when something dramatic happens to him suddenly from a medical standpoint, believe it, because the signs are there.
The president's congestive heart failure is getting worse. I'm a home health physical therapist with a doctorate in my field. I see congestive heart failure patients on a daily basis. The reason I know that he has congestive heart failure is because of the swelling in his feet and ankles. And the reason I know it's getting worse is because he's sitting behind the desk on camera now. He lashed out against MSNBC for giving him hash about his ankles. This is how we know that something is true, because it gets to Trump. Remember recently where he was talking about going to heaven for some fucking reason? Just people said I'm not doing very well. I don't think he's talking about the media. I think he's talking about the doctors who are treating him. The only reason his health has been maintained at all is because he has the privilege of getting IV diuretics, spironolactone, Lasix, Bumex, something like that. That's why his hands have been bruised and covered with makeup. Badly, I might add. We know that it's getting worse because he knows he cannot hide the degree of swelling. That's why he's sitting behind the desk. Oh, he also has chronic kidney disease, which is also contributing to the swelling in the feet and ankles. I can't tell you how many times I have seen a patient in their home because they were hospitalized for AKI, or acute kidney injury. And the kidney injury was caused by nephrotoxic medications, namely diuretics, spironolactone, Bumex, Lasix. The president is definitely getting sicker, and we know he's not going to change his diet because he's such a fucking idiot. I think he's going to be around for 6 to 8 months tops. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Now, I have no idea how long he's going to be around for. That's that guy's opinion. I don't necessarily agree with or disagree with that last statement about how long Trump's going to be around for, because, I mean, people with congestive heart failure can last quite a bit, but quite a long time. But it is evident that he is dealing with some type of congestive heart failure. What you see in Trump's ankles and feet is what we dealt with for years here with my father. It is a sign that he is not pulling the fluid off of his body the way that he should. And you go through a cycle at that point in time of fighting it with medication where you're pulling fluid off and then you're not pulling fluid off and you're up all night pissing your brains out because the pills are kicking your ass, and then you're swelling up the next day. It is an on again, off again cycle, but it is indicative of congestive heart failure. All I'm saying is the White House is not being honest with the American people about the president's health condition. They're just not. Oh, yeah? Well, they weren't honest about Biden's health condition either. We're not talking about Biden, you dumb fucks. He's not president anymore. We're talking about the guy in office now. He didn't even run for re-election. We're talking about Trump. Focus, shit stains.